Hey, are you worried about overpaying for a home? Here's the good news. In 2025, buyers have the upper hand and it is real.
I'm Mariana Wagner.
I'm Derek Wagner and we're with the Artisan Group at Keller Realty, and we're here to chat about purchasing a home in 2025 and 2026.
And why buyers are finally in control again. So just a few weeks ago, you closed on a house for some buyer clients of yours. And that was a pretty incredible story.
Not only did we get a crazy good deal on the purchase price, in a great neighborhood, by the way, in the northwest part of town, we were able to negotiate closing costs to be paid for from the seller.
That's a new one we haven't heard in a while.
In a long time. And we were able to get a new roof, a new electrical panel, and quite a bit else on the inspection.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Why do you think that buyers, for example, your clients, why do you think that they're getting better deals now? Like, what's happening that this is something that we can look forward to?
We're having less competition with the buyers and more competition with the sellers, meaning there's more homes on the market than usual, and there's less buyers than usual.
That totally makes sense. So some markets, like parts of Florida, I mean, we're clearly not in Florida, but they're seeing homes close at 4 to 5% under asking. I know here locally, it depends on what the listing price is very, very closely tied to price reductions.
Yeah, the longer they've been on the market, the bigger price reduction we can ask for when we're making an offer, and we're usually getting somewhere between 1 and 1.2% off the purchase price, plus concession.
That's something to look into too. More homes are hitting the market. Like you were saying, there's more inventory, there's more homes on the market. So talk about what that means for buyers and their leverage.
What that means for buyers is not only do we have more homes to choose from, the competition's higher for the sellers. So meaning they're willing to take price reductions and or concessions if you really can negotiate new roofs, new electric panels.
So it's kind of like back in 2020, 2021, and through that, there were buyers fighting for the houses. And now we have the sellers fighting for the buyers. So the houses are fighting for the buyers. And so also slower sales will give buyers some more time to not have to rush into purchasing a house overpriced that they may or may not even like. And there's so many people out there that during, the beginning of the 2020s, that's what they were doing. They were like so desperate to get a house, they would take anything in any condition and overpay for it. And we're kind of out of that cycle.
That was the most stressful time of my career, to be honest with you. I mean, I felt like if you were a buyer and a new home hit the market, we had to light our hair on fire, run after the house, and you may have to write an offer before we even set foot in that house just to even compete. That's not the case anymore.
No, and that means it's good news for buyers. Absolutely, because now they have time to look at a few houses, find a home that's a better fit for them, the best fit for them in this moment of their lives. And then they can negotiate. They don't have to do there's very few multiple offers right now. I mean, they still happen on some really hot, well-priced properties. But overall, there's not multiple offers. So you could see a house and then think about it, and then maybe go see it a second time before you write an offer.
And now we're not giving up inspection. During that time we were making offers and waiving inspections. So you can take your time with your due diligence also.
Absolutely. Price cuts also, now that we're seeing that, there's some price stabilization, they're not the only perk. Nearly half of all sellers are offering concessions like closing cost credits, like you were saying, repairs, like you were saying with the inspection, and also rate buy downs. So in addition, sometimes we're able to negotiate some pretty hefty seller concessions. They'll cover closing costs and they're going to cover rate buy down so that these buyers can have a more affordable rate.
Yeah, so a rate buy down is basically the seller prepaying interest for you so that you can get a lower interest rate.
Yeah, and that's quite the concession.
Yeah, it makes the home much more affordable.
And that's fantastic because then it's not like the seller has to lower the price or anything. They can move that concession to the concessions.
Right.
So the bottom line, if you're buying in the rest of 2025 here or in 2026,
this is your time. This is it. This is it. Put on that fighting gear and let's get out there and look at home.
And you can negotiate, you can avoid the frenzy, and you can land some pretty sweet perks. So if you're selling, it just means that we need a smart strategy, the right pricing, the right staging, and maybe some incentives to stand out, because not all sellers are on board with this new market that we've been in for the past year or two.
If you're a seller, you have to win the beauty contest and the pricing contest.
Yes, you do.
And we'll do a video on that as well.
So either way, we can help you navigate this. So call or text us anytime, and we can talk about your next move in the market.